Welcome back. So last week I was busy with a lot of jobs and a lot of other stuff going on, and I did not have time to get a video put together for you guys. Because every time that I was down here, I was only working for like maybe half an hour, 45 minutes. So it was too much of a pain for me to get something going and put together and all this other stuff. So I'm going to try and do 2 videos this week. It is Monday the 16th, something like that. Whatever it is, 15th, I don't even know. But I'm going to do 2 videos. I'm going to do a quick update and what I got to get done on the Ford, and then I got a bunch of other projects to get done, so I'm going to do some other videos on some other stuff. So, with that being said, here's what we got going on. I got the tow hitch cleaned up, wire wheeled it, did all that stuff, painted it. I got the last 2 front pieces for the steering and everything. I got those cleaned up and painted. The rear spring mounts, the shackle mounts, those came in, which I'm going to show you about in a minute. I got those. They came in black, but it was like a real dull black. They had some scratches in it, so I just painted them up real quick. Got the new shackles in. I bought them from it was a kit. It came bracket and bolt, and then 4 bolts to mount. That was one kit. Same thing for this side. And then these came with the shackle, the main bolt, and then it came with another bushing and then a bolt. So if I wanted to change these bushings, that kit came with new ones. This came with black oxide bolts and hardware, and it's got those crimp lock nuts, so I kind of like that a little bit better. So I'm going to use these 2. This one just came with zinc coated. It wasn't really that great, so I'm going to save it, but either way, I actually really liked it. This kit was like $75 for both of them, I believe, and that was like 60. I don't remember. It came to like $150 for those and those. I was cool with that. That was not a bad price at all. The front shock tower mounts came in. This is for the dual setup that I'm changing to. Otherwise, I was just going to keep the other ones. They came in gray. They came with all the mount hardware for here. Nothing for those 3. So it was just to mount the shocks to the bottom and the top, and that's it. That's all it came with. One of the other things I've been waiting on is I ordered 2 different styles of spring clips. Now these go in like this, and it's got the top plate that sits over it. Let's see if I can give you a demonstration here real quick. So that sits like that. Then this one goes over it, and then you fold that over to lock it down. Not bad, but I didn't know what kind I wanted. These are real small. I believe this kit of 4, I don't remember if it came in 4 or pairs. I don't remember. It was like $30. Not bad. Then there was this one, a little bit bigger, heavier duty. Does the same thing, but it clips in like right where these are. I'm going to be cutting these off. And it's got the rivets to put into it. It comes with 2 holes. In all honesty, this was too expensive. I overpaid for this. Hopefully you guys learned from it. This kit of 4 was like $60. I mean, it did come with rivets, so that's great. This is literally cold rolled steel. 1 inch by, I think it's just like 3/8 maybe. No, it's quarter, whatever the hell it is. Anyway, you can literally make this. Go to your regular scrap yard or steel supplier, buy it, bend it, drill the holes. These are punched You can get all of that for less than 60 bucks. Get these grade 2 hardware bolts, literally Home Depot. They're probably $1. Actually, they are, because I just bought these. This is a long story. I just bought this nut, bolt, 2 washers for $2 each. Anyway, whatever. This was like $100 right here for these, just to put the leaf springs back together. Another thing, I went and ordered bolts. Now, you need bolts to go through the center to lock it down, and it's 7/16 hole. So I figured I would get 7/16 bolts, and I need longer ones, so they got to be about 5 inches, because you got to put the weights, the spacers, the bottom clamps, and you know, everything that goes into it together and lock it down. And then, you know, this isn't really used once the U-bolts are on, and I got to grind down the head. Nobody has these. Home Depot doesn't carry 7/16. They have 3/8 or 1/2 inch. That's it. So I went to Grainger, for the ones that get it done, to order all the bracket bolts, these here. Even though those came with 4 of them, I needed more for doing the other, like the spring perches for the front, the overload brackets, and everything else like that. So I needed to order more of those. Went to Grainger, and I could only buy boxes of 10 of these, and the nuts I had to buy boxes of 25, and it's going to be about 150 bucks just for the fact that I needed 2. So these are 3/8. This will work just to lock it down. Whatever. It is what it is. I don't care at this point, but I needed it. I bought it. Had to. But, side note, once we get to the back of the truck, I'll show you what's going on. I needed a better tap and die set. So this is kind of like a review on tools. Let me tell you, this is probably the best tap and die set that I've scooped up so far. Metal container. I ordered it on Amazon. It was like 85 bucks. It was less than $100. Real nice, not super heavy duty, but decent enough. Now the picture that I saw showed it like one section here, one section here. I get it. This is what it comes with. It's got a plastic cover here. It's whatever. You figured you'd lose that or throw it away. And I figured this would be like a solid piece of plastic with like clips to hold it in. No. I was a little let down with it, but not terrible. It's kind of a pain to get in here with one hand, and you can see it's flimsy. But that's not bad. I can deal with that. Let's see. There we go. It's a nice kit. It's very complete. It's got metric, American, all the sizes. Like I needed a 1/4 28 for grease fittings, which I don't have because I'm just a mess and running a bunch of jumbled up crap. This has just about everything. You know, you got 5/8 18, 5/8 11, all the way down to 3/8 16. And then you got all the little smaller ones here, miniature ones, and you got, I mean, you got pretty big ones here too. Focus M14, 5/8 11. Decent kit. It's not that crappy sintered metal like everybody else makes. It's pretty stout. I'm pretty happy with it. So if you're looking for a kit for under $100, this is the one to get. At least that's what I recommend. So we're gonna work our way back here. These guys can see what we've gotten done so far. A lot's changed. These are just hanging on here for now. That's it. Big pain to get this in here because I had to get it in before I did all of this. These are just hanging on here for now. These are the bolts right here that the rear hangers came with. So I just bolted them on real quick just to see what everything's going to look like. Let's see. Cross members. I just did 2-inch, 1/4-inch wall tubing through this hole in the frame. So I welded it right into it, so you can lock your peepers all the way through it. I needed it to be a certain depth down into the frame so that it wouldn't get in the way of this, the scissor for the dump, because that's going to be dumping. And I need to move this a little bit, but this is 4-inch angle iron. I went right to the top of the frame and I cut it. This is where the S of the frame would be, like this is right here. So nice. And then I went all the way in, welded it. These are the hinges. So we got these mounted up because the frame is exactly, what is it, 37¼ inches, I believe. I don't remember. Had to get that set up. I got a 1/4-inch piece of plate on the ass end here, and I had to get these set up so that this sits even with the end of the frame, because this is the same exact width. So we got all that on there. That's good. This is good. Couple issues that we do have that I've got to work out. Oh, that light's bright. Is right here. Now this gets tightened up. Unfortunately, this needs to be cut off. I've come to the realization, A, it's a little bit too tight. You can see it's ripping up the primer that I got on here. I'm going to cut it about 1 inch shorter here, and I'm going to triangulate it. So it's going to come from this point down, across, and back up. So I'm going to do 2 bolts on the bottom, 1 in the center, right there. I think I'm going to try and move it a little bit more this way because I have a little bit more room up to that cross member. And you can see this is just resting on here right now because the hydraulic cylinder is not in it. And I don't have this finalized. I've got to put a block underneath it because I want to raise this up a little bit, because I don't know if you can see completely. I mean, that sits up just about a quarter, well, yeah, a little bit more than 1/4 inch from there. But from here, this is a little bit too low. So I've got to raise this up another, what did I say? I think 1/2 inch. I don't remember. I got it written down. But I want to raise this up a little bit so that it'll be nice and level all the way across. Then this will sit up some more, which that's just going to sit like that for right now. Because then once this closes, this will sit up, and I'm going to put like just a big bumper on the top of it, just in case it bounces a little bit. But it should be fine. Should be. Because realistically, when this is closed, this is going to be up about here. But I'm going to move it forward some. This top part of the scissor, I'm going to move it forward some more, so it's going to pick up that ass end. Because this is what's left. Somebody cut that one out. Because this sits into the frame a little bit, so I'm going to change it around. The only issues that I don't like with this style of setup for the hinges is it's got to be welded on. You can't remove the pins. They're welded in. I bought these about a year ago. I think they were like $100 for the pair of them. Extra heavy duty, real nice, real good quality. I put the grease fitting in. But otherwise I would have to weld it right to the frame. So I'm probably going to do a piece of plate across the top and then have it come up so that I can bolt it to the side. And same thing with here for the dump setup. You can see that that's welded in, and it's got to be in before you get it on. So I'm going to do another plate for that with those on here so that I can unbolt it from there and remove it. Because you never know, something may happen and I need to remove the flatbed or whatever. And if everything's welded on, I got to cut everything, and I really don't want to do that. So we're going to have a flat plate there, flat plate here, and just bolt the bed on. And we should be good. So that's everything that I got done on this project for the week. I'm going to be mixing up some paint to finish painting this. I'm picking up the nuts and bolts for the brackets tomorrow morning. I think like 9 or 10 o'clock or something. And I'm hoping by the end of the week I'll have a better video for you guys for this, of getting those on these. I got to get the rubber bumpers back into these, get that back one on, and if all goes well, this rear end is going to be back in the truck by the end of the week. That is my goal. If not, it'll be for next week, definitely. I should be able to get the fuel tank back in, because the fuel tank straps are hanging right there. Already painted, ready to go. I'm reusing the old ones because new ones are like 150 bucks. The rear drive shaft is good to go, and I can bolt that right back on because that will be done. I'm still waiting on the diff covers for both of those, but whenever they come in, it's easy enough for me to get to at the end. The next couple things I'm going to be working on doing is removing that. The other one rotted off, so I got to cut that off. I'm going to make measurements for making a new one, because I'm going to make new ones. And a couple things that I'm toying with is doing a set of traction bars, ladder bars, whatever you want to call them. Why? Why not? Why not? I'm still waiting on the shock tower mounts, because I'm doing dual shock towers. Well, not dual. 2 shocks per tower, so I'm waiting for the new ones. They were like about 200 bucks for that. So this should be coming together pretty quick this week, if all goes well. So until next time, which I should have another video for you guys before the end of the week, to make up for not getting one to you last week. I'll keep you posted, and I'll see you next time.